Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome on this planet Earth, and welcome to the day after the very good broadcast we had with Berhan and Mike. Thank you very much for you two for taking part in the broadcast. I hope everyone who's watched it has enjoyed it, and I'm doing this kind of episode 26. I wasn't planning to do an episode 26 for quite a while. Because we did discuss a lot, and also I needed a bit of a mini break. But I've decided to do episode 26 this morning. This is Saturday morning, the 31st of August, because what's actually happened overnight, overnight in the UK, and it's a nice beautiful day at the moment here. What actually happened is that we've got a couple more managers now coming in to join us. So in theory, we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 managers have now joined the Swedish League, so we've still got room for another 5. And I'll briefly go and look at those sides and see what potential they've got, and say hello to the new managers. And also, we've got one major cup announcement to make as well, but I'll do that later. So, Berhan, if you're watching this, don't get rid of these forums, please, because they're needed. So, the new managers that have joined, we've just had some transfer activity for many teams. Many sides are now rebuilding their sides, obviously. So this season's a bit of a full season. It'll be next season and maybe a season after that, where it'll be interesting to see how all these sides will get on. But as you can see, excuse me, we've had a couple of more green managers coming in. Green, I mean by these icons here. So in a typical match of the day style, I will go into, as Dave has pointed out, I'm turning to the Gary Lineker of these YouTube videos. If I was playing as good as Gary Lineker, that'd be great. But sadly, my football career was pretty crap. So what new sides have we joined us? Well, the new managers have joined us. There's 3, I think, have actually joined us, and we start with Kalmar, the bottom side. So this is the ultimate challenge. Zay, thanks for joining us. You're at Kalmar. You've only just joined. Yeah, you only just joined this tick. So let's have a look at your side quickly. And you've got a lot to do, obviously, because you're on the bottom side. So I hope the board are gentle with you. Because I think is there only 3 leagues, say 4 league games to go. So I hope the board are gentle with you at the moment. You've got potential, obviously. You've got a very small side, so you've got we can buy a lot of decent players there, and you've got some potential. Definitely, your goalkeeping situation needs to. I think you know this needs to change. You've got some good youngsters there. You've got quite a few 30-year-olds. Actually, you've got 3 30-year-olds. So obviously, I don't think they're going to be in your future plans, are they? Maybe it's a good chance to develop your youth team, because you've got some really good youths coming through. So good luck. But you definitely need to rebuild a lot. Next slide, we've got Gothenburg. Luis. Please let me know if I'm pronouncing your names wrong, everyone. You, Gothenburg were the current champions. Gothenburg is probably one of the most famous, correct me if I'm wrong, one of the most famous clubs in real life. Is it IFK Gothenburg? And you already, when did you join? You joined the same tick as Zay did. Gothenburg's stadium is already, I've noticed, is going to be expanded to 80,000. That's great. Sadly, I didn't have enough cash to do that at Elfsborg. Let's have a look at your players. You are the current holders, I think, of... Yeah, you are. You are the current holders of the Swedish Championship. And obviously, you got a Swedish... That is a former Swedish international, but I'm sure soon to be Swedish international. And I'm not even going to pronounce that name. And also, you've got a very good striker as well. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at these stats, except for Flair. But look at these stats, really good. So yeah, you can see why they were champions last season, but not this season though, because they are currently 7th. And the final manager to join us is Dave. Woohoo! Dave has joined us. Dave is a very good manager in the Games World, where my PSG side are at Sheffield Wednesday, if I'm right, Dave. Is that right? Yes. And he It's expanded the stage to 80,000. Did you just join this tick or did you join the last tick? Let's have a look. Oh, you can see why I've come and done this episode 26, because Dave joined this tick as well. So we had 3 new managers joining on the same day. So this 80,000 must have been done by the previous manager, by the AI already. So Trelleborg, quite a decent side to start off with, but of course there's plenty of potential. Players that stood out for him would be Garn, a youth player and a Swedish international, and Christensen looks pretty decent secondary stats. Christensen come from my Elfsborg side. Interesting. But way 2000, and he was a former youth player. Typical. Left Elfsborg, who used his free and relegation course. This is before I joined them then. Okay, because I didn't get relegated yet, or in the relegation zone. So welcome Dave. You got plenty of opportunity to build on your side. So I'm going to see the transfer market in this Swedish league is going to be quite interesting in the next few ticks. So there you go. There's the newspaper items. So you can see there we've already had some news. Burnham's had an interview. I will do an interview. I normally don't do interviews, but because of what's going on now, I might do one soon. So in typical match of the day, or pre-match of the day type thing, I'm going to look at the fixtures just for this tick because it is Saturday, so there will be league games today. So let's look at that. Zay's first game is home game against K. It's going to be, I predict a Malmo win for that one, I'm afraid. Gothenburg are home to my side. Gothenburg, my side's been in real dodgy form recently, so I think that's going to be a score draw. Then we've got Helsingborg, which is Mike's team, against Andy. A bit of a grudge match here. This is going to be interesting. Mike and Andy, I think, work together. So on current form, I don't know who's going to win that. What is the current form table of both you sides? 12th against 9th. So Andy's in better form, but he's just lost a home game, and Mike has won. That looks like a draw to me. Actually, that looks like a draw. Then we got I can't even pronounce that side, against Hammarby. That's Berhen's side, so I think that's going to be an away win. Then we got Djurgården and Halmstad, both AI sides. Djurgården are in dodgy form at the moment. Oh no, they're not too bad, but they just lost a European game. But I think Djurgården will be too strong, so I think a home win there. Then Norrköping against Trelleborg. That's Dave's first game. Norrköping are currently 11th against Dave's 6th. I think Dave might pull off a win there, but not an easy one. And then AIK against Örebro, which is Morton's side, and I think Örebro, what's their form table? I have to use form. Örebro got the best form currently. He's actually got better form than Burnham's side, so I think Morton will win that one. So that will make the table look very interesting. I think, I'm sad to say, my Elfsborg side are going to slide down a bit. I think we're going to realistically not finish third. I think we might finish, if we're lucky, 5th or 6th, but we'll see what's going on. I predict Helsingborg will slowly rise up, but with only 4 games to go, they might try to get the 7th place, but because of new Gothenburg and Trelleborg managers, that's going to make it a lot tougher for them. My side's actually made a couple of signings, but I won't go through that today because today is kind of like a mini special of what's going on in the league, kind of the match of the day. If we can think of a catchy name to call this kind of match of the day, because match of the day has kind of been taken by BBC, if someone can think of a catchy name, then please let me know. Let me know. Sorry, I'm losing my voice today, hence why I wasn't going to do much streaming this weekend. But the big announcement, what I've decided to do in honour of all these managers come to the Swedish League, is I'm going to make a pre-season, summer season, whatever you call it, cup. And I'm going to call it the Doughnut Cup, in honour of me creating it. Come on. And so you'll see all the details here in the forums, hence why I want Burnham not to get rid of these forums here, because I want a bit of banter in these screens as well. If we can make a lot of banter in the general talks like what it used to be in the old days, that'd be really good. Sorry, again, I'm losing my voice today, so I really need to drink. Look what I'm doing for you guys. I'm losing my voice this weekend, but I'm still doing this. That's what you call honour. Yeah. So here we go. This is the Swedish Cup. So if Burnham can keep these forums open, if we can start getting some banter in here, that'd be amazing. So in honour of so many people joining the Swedish League, we are close to full. We've got about 5 managers left that can take it. I was thinking of having a separate cup competition called a Doughnut Cup. In this, I want at least 8 teams to enter, and then we can play games against each other. The rules are as follows then. Okay, please pay attention to this. The side must be players under age 22 or under, and only as from June 2009. So when you hit 1st of June 2009 and that player is 22 or under, they can play. Okay, makes sense? So 1st of June 2009, or whatever ticket is around that date, look at that player's age, and if that player is 22, so it can be 22 or under, they are valid for the game. I know there's quite a few sides who have got very young squads, so this would be ideal. The side can be a combination of your full 11 or your youths. So this would be also a good chance for your youths to develop more if you've got some really good youths. It's just a normal friendly fixture, so penalties. So no penalties decided with 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 1 bonus point if you score more than 5 goals in a game. So a little bit of extra motivation there. If you score more than 5 goals in the game, that's just for one side, not a combination of the game. If, for instance, Norrköping beat Elfsborg 5-0, Norrköping get that extra point plus the 3 points for a win. That makes sense? The groups, there'll be 2 groups of 4, top 2 then qualify for semi-final, so A1 be against B2 and B1 against A2 in the 2 late games, home and away. If it ends in a tie, then extra time and penalties. The winner then meets in the final, which I hope BK can give a small money donation. If you can, BK, that'd be great. Please let me know in this thread. Of course, the group games obviously is going to be home and away. So if there's 2 teams of 4, that'd be six games. So obviously we have to then, as in the olden days when we used to do the Youth Cup, I think it was, make sure everyone accepts the home and away fixtures when you get your group. Okay. So this is actually where the thread is, the Doughnut Cup. So obviously I put my own side in. So Elfsborg. So I need 7 more teams, and look, there is 9 managers here. So 1 manager will be unluckily missing out on here, but we'll make sure they get into next year's cup if this is successful. All right, makes sense. So they will automatically go in next year's cup if they miss out, because we've got 8 spaces and 9 teams. If we get a full 14, then I might move it up to 2 groups of 7. That's if all 14 people want to take part, of course. That's why I'm just only making it 8 at the moment, because I don't know how many people will be interested in this. But I'm sure Mike and Dave and Bernham and Morton and Kay, you'd be interested in this. So please put your name on here. And again, let's start some banter. Banter made Soccer Sim and Managersim really great during the old days. Let's bring it back for this. And we've got even more purposes, is that I've got these recordings and sometimes live streams, which I do. So I will go into this and talk about the latest gossip in the Swedish League. Right at the end, if we can actually think of a name for the Match of the Day series, I'm still calling it beginner series, because I'm still doing the episodes of the side, but not so much now, because this is episode 26 and I've gone through most of what you need to know about the game. There's a few little things I've deliberately not gone into yet, because I'm really not an expert on it anyway, but like the training and anything like that. So one thing we could always do, if anybody is willing to do their own mini recordings of maybe their point of view, like an interview, maybe, I don't know, I can have sort of like a make sure little interview with them or something, and they can send the recordings to me in MP4 format, I think it is, or movie type format. Then please let me know, because then I can actually put you on my stream and actually play your recording, if that makes any sense. So it looks like we're live. And also we will do more of those streams that we did yesterday, the special streams where I'm actually having full chats with Bernham and Mike, which was really good fun. So again, if anyone wants to do their own little mini recordings, I don't want the recordings to be very long though, if possible, so a minute or something, or anything to do with Managersim, or especially the game we're looking at now, the Swedish League, about your side, then that'd be great. We can have a bit of banter. That'll make it a bit of extra special touch. It means the episodes will be quite fun because you'll be actually seeing some more. You won't be seeing me all the time, you'll be seeing other people as well. So if anyone's willing to do, say, recording 1 minute about their side or anything about the Swedish League, nothing too harsh, please. We want it to be nice and yes, polite here if we can. So that'd be amazing. So that is actually the end of this episode. So I will do another episode maybe in a few days' time, and then I will let you know how the league games got on and how the position looks. I'll definitely do an end of season report of this season, but again, I think the next two seasons going to be a bit more interesting when all the sides take shape. And yeah, I don't think Djurgården, looking at them currently second at the moment, are going to finish second next season or the season after. I think, who knows, out of all these human sides, because all these managers are great, and we might get a few more. So if you're watching this and you're not in the Italian game world and you want to join us, then look, we've still got spaces free here. Even Djurgården have not got a human manager yet, so if you want to join us, then please do. Hopefully I want to create great banter here, and the great banter, then yeah, the more we play this, the more we all get on with each other, the more beta testing we're doing, the more we help earn them, and also we might attract more people to join the game again, or new players even. So anyway, that's it for this episode 26. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see what happens next time. Goodbye for now.